Alrighty, guys, welcome back to the Fantasy Rush channel. We hope you guys did enjoy the mock draft video. We have a quick tier list video. We hope you guys do enjoy these. If you do, make sure to like it so we know we can continue doing a bunch of tier list videos. Today, we're going to be giving our pre-training camp team predictions for the season. We have our tier list. We have Super Bowl bound, going to the playoffs, potential playoff berth, around 8-8, rebuilding, and hot ass. So let's get right into it here. We're just going to go off the order that the teams are listed here. So we're going to start off with the San Francisco 49ers, just coming off a conference championship loss to the Rams. Bailey, where do you have the 49ers this year?
I have them somewhere between that potential playoff berth and like that. The going to the playoffs, they are in a tough division there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing that's holding them back. So I still think that they make it to the playoffs, even through a wild card possibly. So I'm going to put them in the going to the playoffs with the possibility of later bumping them down to potential playoff berth.
Yeah, I think that I'm also going to have to go with putting them in the playoffs. I don't think that they regressed enough to not put them in the playoffs, especially if Debo is playing, Nick Bosa is healthy. I think I'm going to put them in going to the playoffs. They're not Super Bowl bound like they were last year, but I'm going to the playoffs. Austin, do you share the same opinion?
Yeah, I would have put hot ass, but I guess I could see him going to the playoffs.
Well, this is a controversial.
No, I'm sure Trey Lance is going to do good. They still got a pretty decent defense, so potential playoff berth.
Any hatred there?
No, I'm just kind of tired of seeing all the talk about Jimmy Garoppolo because he is a mid quarterback. I don't really care about where he goes.
You requested the trade today. He's gone.
Okay, good.
So we're all good there. Alrighty. Minnesota Vikings, the next team here, came second in their division last year. Didn't make the playoffs. Barely missed it. We're on the fringe teams. I don't know what you guys' opinion. I'll go first here. My opinion is that they're probably potential playoff berth or around 8-8, which is kind of a similar tier now that I think about it. But I'd honestly put them a little bit higher in potential playoff berth. But Austin, what's your thought on the Vikings this year?
Hot ass.
Okay, we have a reoccurring theme here from Austin.
What did they do last year? And their quarterback's Kirk Cousins. Sure, they might go 8-8, but they're still going to be hot ass. I don't care about the Vikings.
They got Jay Jettas and Dalvin Cook and Adam Thielen and,
Well, their biggest move was they got some new coaches there that are more
they got
heavy,
the Rams OC.
Yep.
Okay. Hot ass.
Okay, Bailey?
I agreed with the potential playoff berth there in a shitty division, so.
All right, since Austin's saying hot ass, we'll go 8-8 to average it out. All right, Baltimore Ravens here. I'm going to let Austin go first here, considering this is an in-division thing, so he knows the team well. If you say hot ass about the one more fucking team, I'm dipping you from this call.
No, not hot ass. I think Lamar Jackson is going to come back this year with a vengeance. I hope so. People have been saying that for the past couple of years. Going to the playoffs? Yeah. Going to the playoffs. It's their division weekend a little bit. I know Deshaun Watson's there. Going to the playoffs, I think the Ravens are.
Bailey, share the same opinion? Going to the playoffs?
Yep. Same exact thing.
I'm also on the Lamar Jackson uptrend, so we're going to go into the playoffs here. The order in this doesn't really matter for me. I'm not going to switch every single team, so just in a tier. All right, next team here we have
I was going to say hot ass. But
next team here we have the Chicago Bears. This is my hometown team here. We are rebuilding, so it's either rebuilding or hot ass. But I think the Bears have too much dignity to be hot ass again, and they have at least some pieces where I think they won't be in the top 5 picks. I think that's where the hot ass category goes. And I think it's unfortunate that they have a young quarterback, no options. So I think they're going to be rebuilding because they still have a solid defense, but no offense still. So I'm going like 5 wins max for the Bears here. So they're still in a rebuilding phase for me.
I was going to say hot ass.
All right, I changed my vote to potential playoff berth, so now it averages out of rebuilding. Cool. All right, the Cincinnati Bengals, hot off of a Super Bowl loss, but no one really expected Joe Burrow to lead the Bengals all the way to the Super Bowl and lose barely in the last play of the game to the Rams. So big up the big up the Bengals for what they did there. I'm gonna let Austin talk about his sex partner real quick.
They're right in between Super Bowl bound and going to the playoffs. I really don't want to sleep on them and just give them going to the playoffs because even though they went to the Super Bowl last year, everybody's going to be saying Bills, Chiefs, maybe Chiefs. I don't know, but I'm gonna sleep on them. I know in my mind I'm sleeping on them, so it's still sleeping, but it doesn't count fully. I'll go going to the playoffs with the Bengals.
I'm also going to vote going to the playoffs. I'm not really there Super Bowl bound yet. They were amazing, but we got to see if they can run it back because they've been in like a strong drought before. Bailey, are you in the same boat?
Yep.
All right. All right. Next team, Denver Broncos, Bailey's hometown favorite team. They just got Russell Wilson this offseason. They got receivers back healthy. Defense is looking great again, but I'm going to let Bailey lead the analysis on his team here.
Yeah, it's hard not to let my bias creep into this one here, but I don't know if you guys knew this, but our Vegas trip that we took for my birthday, once everyone had left town and it was only me by myself left in Vegas, there's no one to stop me from doing this. So I did put $40 down on the Broncos making the Super Bowl. So therefore, I'm putting them at Super Bowl bound.
All righty. Austin, do you share the same opinion Super Bowl bound for the Broncos?
Bailey, how's their defense?
Outstanding.
All right, I agree. Super Bowl bound.
Hey, there we go.
I was going to put going to the playoffs, but since 2-1, they're our first Super Bowl bound team.
Woo!
All righty. Next up, the Cleveland Browns. In my opinion, their season goes one of two ways. Either Sean Watson is barely suspended for like 2, 4, maybe even 6 games, and they can still make the playoffs for me. But if Deshaun Watson's suspended for the whole year, Jacoby Brissett is not leading this team to the playoffs, so I'm going with around 8-8 as my vote here. Austin, do you share the same opinion?
I would say potential playoff berth just because of that potential for Deshaun Watson to play. Even if it's only 6 games, they still have a good chance. Weak division, I'd say potential playoff berth.
Bailey, break the tie.
I say 8-8 because the Browns are the most average team in every single sport. So 8-8.
Yep, I gotta agree with that one. All right, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, fresh off of a divisional loss to this soon Super Bowl defending Rams. Tom Brady, probably the greatest quarterback ever, still sticking around. Thoughts of retirement, didn't do it. Gronkowski did hang it up, but Buccaneers lost their coach, but Todd Bowles is still sticking around. Their defense is looking insanely good still. The offense took a step back, in my opinion, but when you have Brady, I can't really doubt him. I don't think Brady will miss the playoffs this year, nor probably ever again in his career. So definitely at least going to the playoffs for me, but you guys have them as Super Bowl bound? Bailey?
No.
What do you think, Austin?
Oh, okay.
No, I don't. I think Brady should have retired when he did the first time. So going to the playoffs.
Bailey?
Damn. I'm like right in the middle, having them Super Bowl bound and going to the playoffs. I like the other good NFC team better though. No, I'll say Super Bowl bound. I don't think
Me and Austin both going to the playoffs, so that's where they are. Good thing about having a 3-man podcast, there's always a tie break. Next, we're going on to the Buffalo Bills, who Austin just stated a little bit ahead of time is probably going to be everyone's pick to make it out of the AFC and go to the Super Bowl. They have Josh Allen, who is just amazing. Stephon Diggs, a really good defense. They added Von Miller and a lot of veteran pieces to that defense. Good coaching, good offense, good defense. I don't think we're acting wrong. I'm going Super Bowl bound. Bailey, did you share the same opinion?
Yeah.
Yep.
Austin? All right, that's quick and easy. We can lock that one in. Maybe a AFC championship game brewing ahead.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All righty, the next team we're going to go with is the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray just signed a massive extension. They got DeAndre Hopkins suspended. This team actually went 7-1 to begin the season last year and then finished like 2-8. So they absolutely fell apart in the shambles. I actually don't. I think this is my first vote for potential playoff berth, which the division they're in, Niners and Rams looking really strong. Seahawks suck, but I don't think that the Cardinals have it in them again to do it. So I'm gonna go on potential playoff berth. Bailey, do you share the same opinion?
Yeah, I had them between going to the playoffs and potential playoff berth, so I'll just agree with you.
Austin?
Super Bowl bound.
All right, the Kansas City Chiefs here are the next team. They lost Tyreek Hill. Massive surprise trade. Don't think anyone saw that coming here. Other than that, they didn't lose too much. Didn't add too much either. So they still have Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Austin, do you think they have enough to run back to a Super Bowl?
Yes, I do. I think Mahomes still has his magic. I think that can take him the distance.
Bailey, you agree in Super Bowl?
I had them going to the playoffs. I think being in the toughest division for them, I think they're going to see the biggest drop-off of those AFC West teams. So I think they're going to struggle. So I just have them going to the playoffs.
I also had them probably falling short in the divisional or conference championship again to the Bills. So I'm going to put them going to the playoffs, but high up on this list. Next team here is the Indianapolis Colts, who I think are a literal lock to go to the playoffs because of how shitty their division is. The Titans receivers have asthma, and the Texans and Jaguars are absolute hot ass. So I am not refusing to put them any lower than here. What are you guys' opinions?
Agreed.
Sure.
Well, if you differ, you can announce it.
Oh, no, I had them between that and potential playoff berth, so.
Oh, well, then they're here. All right. America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. Don't know why we're still referring to them as they literally choke every single year. Bailey, where do you have the Cowboys this year?
I have potential playoff berth because they find a way to choke every single year. They find a way to choke. The only time that they are locked to go to the playoffs is when their division is ass, but I think the Eagles have a bounce back year in them, so I have them as a potential playoff berth. Maybe they get that wild card.
Austin, do you have them around the same area?
Around 8-8. 9-8 to be exact.
That's exactly probably where I have them too. So, and then in that instance, I think the NFC has enough hitters to have them make the wild card, probably. So I'll put them there. All right, the Miami Dolphins are next. They added Tyreek Hill to their team. Huge addition. They added 49ers OC, forget his name, but he is a very offensive-minded person. Tua, turn the ball over, has to take a huge jump in his game to get the Dolphins here. Austin, do you think that Tua is going to make the leap and Dolphins are going to get around the playoffs?
I do. I'm a big fan of Tua. I cheer for him a lot. I think potential playoff berth in that wild card. Tyreek Hill, he makes an offense better wherever he goes. So potential playoff berth.
Bailey?
Yep.
What? Yep to what?
No, I agree. Potential playoff berth.
Okay. I agree as well for the Dolphins. Not so much
I'm
Tua, but I think
Tua supporter.
yeah. I'm not the hugest, but I see you guys are far greater than me. All right, I'm going to let Bailey take the charge on this one as he predicts a very big bounce back year from them.
Yeah, like I said, I was alluding to me picking the Eagles to win this division. So if I'm picking them to win the division, that means they're going to the playoffs.
Austin, you think the Eagles are going to win this division as well?
I agree.
All righty, we're going to have the Eagles going to the playoffs here. I probably have them winning the division as well, so that makes sense. All right, the Atlanta Falcons. All right, the New York Giants.
Yep.
All right, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yep.
All right, cool. Agree on that.
You can add that one too.
Yeah, you can have the Lions as well.
Okay. All right. I almost said San Diego. Yeah, we're gonna move past that. The Los Angeles Chargers, Justin Herbert at the realm. A lot of people have him. I think he's probably leading the odds right now in MVP voting. So that's something to take a note of. High-powered offense, great defense. Missed the playoffs last year on a game-winning field goal to the Raiders. Bailey, I know you're probably the biggest Justin Herbert supporter. You think the Chargers got in them to go playoffs or Super Bowl bound?
I got as much of a Justin Herbert fan I'm a bigger Broncos fan, so I do not have the power within me to put him in the Super Bowl bound category. The most that Justin Herbert can carry this team to is going to the playoffs for me.
Austin, do you have the Chargers going to the playoffs, or do you have them a little higher for you or lower?
I would like for them to go to the playoffs, but I mean, logically, we can't put every single AFC West team in going to the playoffs. So I'm going to say potential playoff berth.
I'm actually with you there. I was going to bring up that logic.
Sorry.
Is that Joe Burrow?
Yeah.
Getting your hotline real quick. All righty. The Los Angeles Rams just got off a Super Bowl appearance, and they said, fuck picks, fuck money. We're extending literally everybody. So in my opinion here, they did not get better or worse. They stayed the same. And I think that with Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp, Matt Stafford, all these pieces, I think they're Super Bowl bound as well. You guys agree?
Yep.
Agree.
All righty. This is an interesting one. Normally, I chuck them straight into hot ass, but I think they had one of the best drafts in the entire NFL. They had a great offseason there. Have Zach Wilson, who they gave him the pieces to potentially go from a rebuilding team to potentially an 8-8 team. Austin, I know you're a bit of a Jet supporter. What are you thinking about that one?
Yeah, I'm a full Jet supporter. Round 8-8, I like Zach Wilson. They're taking strides every year, and you've seen me rebuild that team in only like 2 years by drafting Nick Tofield, and it's been long enough. I'm going to say 8-8. Weak division too.
Very well, yeah.
Besides the Bills.
Bailey, do you have the Jets making that 8-8 jump from rebuilding?
I'm gonna say hot ass because it'll average out to them being rebuilding, so doesn't matter what I say.
It'll what? Average out?
Yeah, I'll average out to them being rebuilding, so.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Because you said rebuilding, right?
Yeah, so it didn't really matter, so that's fine. Okay. All right, the Green Bay Packers, the Green Bay Packers who just lost Devontae Adams, my opinion, the best wide receiver in all of football. He's gone from that division. Aaron Rodgers has a depleted wide receiver core. The defense did lose a couple key pieces that made the Pro Bowl. I think this might be a step back for the Packers, and then even the Vikings, the second strongest team in this division, around 8-8. So I'm actually I'm going to put them in going to the playoffs, but I don't think it's gonna be off of a great record. What are you guys' takes?
Going to the playoffs.
Yeah, shitty division. They're definitely the best team in that division, but they also choke every single year in the playoffs, so going to the playoffs easy.
All righty, we're gonna let the resident Steeler fan Bailey take the lead. No, we're gonna let Austin take the lead on this this next pick here.
2 words: Mitchell Trubisky. Make it 4 words: playoff bound. Wait.
Yeah, Mitchell Trubisky.
Super Bowl bound, I meant. My subconscious knows. I think the Steelers, they are being slept on. People know their talent defensive-wise. Obviously, we lost Ben Roethlisberger, but Ben Roethlisberger was arguably the worst quarterback in the history of the NFL last season, and they were still around 8-8. So, realistically, I'm going potential playoff berth.
I had him there as well, to be fair. Bailey?
Really?
Yeah.
I had them around 8-8. I think their division, it's going to be tightly contested. All those teams are similar skill rating, but so I had them around 8-8. But yep,
I just think
playoff berth.
I think that Mike Tomlin's too confident and the defense is good enough, but the offense is where it's a little.
Yeah.
But that's the reason that's happening. All right, Carolina Panthers, Baker Mayfield's new team. They're in the division with pretty not good division in my opinion. Besides the Bucks, Bailey, where do you have the new Baker Mayfield-led Panthers coming in the season?
Since they're not a good team, I would say, but like you said, not a great division either. So I think that bad division boosts them up to around 8-8, probably like a little bit less, like a game below 8-8. I have them probably.
Austin?
Yeah, I'll say they're around, like Bailey said, they're around 8-8, lower than that, 8-9. So I'll say rebuilding, just because we still don't know what the Panthers, where their talents lie. They got DJ Moore, Mayfield back. I'm gonna go rebuilding. Maybe next year.
I was gonna go rebuilding as well. I don't think that the Panthers are gonna gel enough to get even to a 500 record.
Yeah.
All right, New England Patriots, probably one of the hardest to tank here. Last year they finished second in their division. They didn't make the playoffs. No, they did. They did make the playoffs, and they played the Bills, and they got smoked. Mac Jones geared up for year 2. He looks absolutely fucking swole. If I can pull up a picture, I'll show it on the screen here. But he looks massive. He was a fatso in college, and now he's looking primed and ready to go. Offense, the run game looks amazing. Still tight end room amazing. Wide receiver room is but it's still the best head coach in all football, in my opinions. And then the defense always finds a way. Nick Folk, great kicking. Good coaching. I don't see a world where the Patriots rebuild. So the minimum here for me, they're 8-8. But I put them at potential playoff berth. What about you guys?
I'm a little bit of a bigger fan of the Dolphins, so I have them around 8-8.
Okay. I'll say potential playoff berth. Yeah, right in the middle between 8-8, potential playoff berth. Mac Jones, big jump. But Belichick always wants to go to the playoffs, so we'll see.
I don't see where they don't. Alrighty, here, the Las Vegas Raiders. I just saw something funny. The Las Vegas Raiders are the next team here. As we just talked about, we already put Broncos Super Bowl bound, and we put the Chiefs going to the playoffs. We do remember here that 3 teams can technically make the playoffs now with the new rules. So Chargers could make it, or Raiders could make it. Raiders beat the Chargers last year. In division, Bailey, where do you see the Raiders taking probably the best division in football this year?
Yeah, I think that this is the team that's gonna suffer the most from this AFC West showdown. All those games are gonna be so tightly contested and so important. I think this, out of those teams, of those rosters, this is probably my least favorite. So I'll put potential playoff berth, I guess, since they're with the Chargers.
I was actually going to put them around 8-8. I think even when you add the best.
Okay, I was going to put that. I was going to say that, but I thought you guys were going to say potential playoff berth because you guys were lower than the Chargers than me. So.
Yeah, and then even lower on the Raiders than you.
Yeah.
Austin?
I say going to the playoffs.
No.
I think they will take a few of those divisional games, and the only difference is, the Broncos will win versus every other team. So we're gonna do that. What is it that you're doing?
All righty. Next we have the Washington Redskins. Don't know why they're here. I guess they left out the Commanders somehow. But yeah, the the football team Commanders are the next team here. They're not ranked, so we'll rank them for you. I think they're better than the Giants, but I don't think they're better than the Cowboys or Eagles. So I'm still putting them in rebuilding, even though they just signed McLaurin. I don't think that they have a lot of young people, but I don't think they'll be out of the rebuilding range. But we're gonna go with the racism for the Redskins. But for Commanders, I would go rebuilding.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All righty. New Orleans Saints here. Lobster Man, Winston. He's eating them W's, Pretty good defense as well. Offense took a huge step back last year. We don't really know where Michael Thomas lays. Austin, where do you got the Saints going this year?
Around 8-8. I'm a Jameis Winston fan. High-powered offense when healthy. Let's do it.
Bailey, you around the same area?
I'm rebuilding. I think their defense is getting old, especially we're going to see that this year. So, rebuilding for me.
Alrighty, the Seattle Seahawks, a team that usually is playoff bound a lot of the time, but now has suffered the Russell Wilson loss, and now is Drew Lock led, and we're going to let Bailey describe Drew Lock in a maximum count of one word.
Garbage.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Alrighty. Yeah, watching him play all last year, starting for your team, you probably weren't the happiest man, I assume.
No, very disappointed.
Yeah, so the Seahawks got him now. So I'm putting them in the rebuilding tier. I think they're going to blow it up and just tank. I don't think they're horrible because they have a lot of really good pieces like Lockett and Metcalf and Penny, and Pete Carroll's still an amazing head coach, and they still have some people on defense that are good. So I wouldn't go hot ass, but I'm going rebuilding. What's your guys' take?
Hot ass.
Okay, hot ass. There we go.
I don't like, other than DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, I don't like anyone else on that roster. Rashad Penny, he's had, 4 years to prove he's a running back, and he just now is. No, you're hot ass, Seattle.
I prematurely put the Texans in hot ass. If you guys would like to debate that.
No.
Davis Mills.
Yeah, he's good, but yeah. And then the last team we have here is the Tennessee Titans. The Derrick Henry-led team, essentially. Ryan Tannehill is the quarterback. He's all right. But Derrick Henry is the star of the show. The offense got depleted when they lost A.J. Brown. Defense was all right last year, but once Derrick Henry left, obviously the Titans suffered. He's going to be back fully healthy this year. Austin, as our biggest Derrick Henry supporter, where do you think the Titans as a whole are going to finish?
They're going to have a good record above 8-8, I believe. Just because of their division and because of Derrick Henry when staying healthy. So I'm going to go potential playoff berth. They'll be fighting for a wild card spot. If
Bailey,
not winning the division.
Higher or lower than that?
Yeah, I had him right there too.
All right, I was going to go 8-8, but I think we will average out to this. Is there any people on the list that you would like to switch now? Looking at our list, we have a majority of going to the playoffs and potential playoff berth. Is there anyone you want to move down, move up? Looking at it, either of you will give you one choice each. Undisputed to do what you want with the team. Mix it up.
I say Bucks up to Super Bowl bound, just so we have 2 AFC, 2 NFC.
That's, you know what, Bailey, you're really looking at for symmetry here and for logistics. Austin, is there anyone that you wanted to just move up one spot down?
I would move up the Cardinals to go into playoffs, or move down the 49ers to potential playoff berth.
Pick.
49ers down.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them. And then I'm actually gonna do this.
Yeah,
I think
that was my second choice.
I think if the AFC West are gonna be like, someone can't go like so good. Like not all of them can be like above 500. Someone has to fucking deal with it. And
I think the AFC West. I do think that there's gonna be 3 teams from the AFC West that make it. But whoever gets last place is just going to have the most injuries. That's what's going to determine it, and
it comes
you
down
can't
to who's
predict
healthy.
injuries.
I agree with that. Alrighty, guys, this is our pre-training camp tier list. We're going to do one of these before NFL season starts, see if our opinions change, and then that one we're going to look back at the end of the year and see how badly we fucked it. Because we know at the beginning of the year, there's always like 5 or 6 teams that will just be down here, you know, in this range and just go to Super Bowl, you know. So that's gonna do it for us, guys. We do hope you enjoyed the tier list. If you guys are watching on YouTube, which you probably are, Make sure to hit the subscribe button, like it, comment down below what videos you want to see from us next. Make sure to check out the website, thefantasyrushpodcast.com, if you want to see our tier rankings and any of our socials. You find them there. TikTok, the Fantasy Rush Pod. And for now, peace out, guys.
Peace.